It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God, this is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Week 16 tonight. Find out who's going to be able to make it into at least the first half of the Elite Eight as we begin our Thursday show. I went with just a straight yell, but I still need to get into a little Corona call. Still got to, because I get fired up, man. It's such a fun time of the year. We went through 4 days of just unbelievable action. Now, we didn't see upsets, but we still saw some good ball, I thought. And now we're going to see if the chalk can deliver good basketball games tonight, tomorrow night, and then obviously who cuts down the nets in all of these regions on Saturday and Sunday. So I will do it. Yeah, that should get you fired up just a little bit. Beautiful Thursday, XL Primetime. Hanging out and talking Sweet 16 on the court, and then also Sweet 16 on the gridiron, because we unveiled Searcy's Sweet Football 16 yesterday with a mythical matchup of games. And we basically have play-in games that we need to settle. We started one yesterday with the 95 Nebraska Cornhuskers over the 1999 Florida State Seminoles, and we will have our second play-in game today. And then the play-in games are for 4 teams from the 80s and 90s to go up against a dozen from the 21st century that Big Searcy has put together. So we got another big game today. Go ahead and tell them who's playing who today.
Today we've got Florida 1991 national champion, where the big fella was a senior.
Oh, so there won't be any bias at all.
No, absolutely not. Listen, I sent y'all the program yesterday where the big fella was on the media guide.
Yeah,
So.
you
might be the best media guide ever, actually.
he was front and center 73. Okay, not 72, 73 was his Miami Hurricane.
But also it's menacing. I mean, there's no doubt that's a menacing cover, is it not?
It is. I mean, listen, the year before we lost two games, and that was a down season for us. We went 10-2, finished number 3 in the country. So on the program it says, "Here we come again." And I was the first team All-American. And listen, I was telling y'all in the presser, I got a lot of riff for that, bro. I had defensive players and defensive coaches asking me, "What am I doing on the cover? I thought we played defense here in Miami." So I had to take it out on them too. I had to punish them.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You needed to, you had to defend your turf, and that cover was your turf.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. First offensive lineman ever in the history of Miami on the cover.
Yeah. And
you give me riff?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Bro, it's like, we keep trying to tell you, you're different. That's not like right now that happened. There's no way that somebody on the cover of a media guide is going to go after someone else right now. It's just not happening.
Now we can fully understand, like a cover girl on the SI swimsuit issue. Like that's a badge of pride for them. Big Searcy.
Yeah, but he's
our cover girl.
We're okay with that riffing, though.
Yeah, but he made the media guide cover, which is pretty dang cool. All right, so we're going to set up our next mythical game. Like Leon just said, 96 for Florida, 91 for Miami. You're going to hear some highlights. We're going to throw some stats at you, get into all of it, and just see who you think would win that mythical matchup between Dennis Erickson's Miami Hurricanes and Spurrier's Florida Gators. All right, we do have the Sweet 16 that we have to get to tonight. And we're going to start laying out just a handful of things to think about as far as these games are concerned. But when you take a look at them, what is jumping out at you guys as far as the line, as far as who to be looking at tonight that may be able to establish themselves? The Florida Gators are going up against the Maryland Terrapins. They are, I believe, with Hard Rock right now. They moved up to 7. I have to check and make sure. It was 6.5. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But matchup-wise, pretty obvious when you take a look at what Florida has. They can hurt you inside. They can certainly, with the perimeter play that they get from their guards, they definitely can light people up from beyond the three-point line. Maryland, not as deep a basketball team, but they've got 5 really, really sturdy guys that they're going to throw at you.
Yeah, I think of all things being equal, which rarely is in the tournament, but all things being equal, you might even have 4 blowouts tonight. Mm-hmm. I love what Arkansas is doing, but I don't know that they can play with Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. I don't, but we'll see. And I think Duke's going to crush Arizona. I think Alabama's going to run right by BYU, and Florida should do the same thing to Maryland. I mean, we'll see.
Right.
Because it's the tournament, and, you get a little tight in the tournament.
Yeah, you do.
You miss free throws.
I think the question for Florida is did they get past that one that they tightened up against, trying to beat the back-to-back defending national champions? Now do they loosen up? Now they go back to being who they were when they were winning the SEC? They're still a 6.5-point favorite, according to Hard Rock.
Well, after the game, I think I texted you and said it's probably best that Florida struggled in that game so they can learn from it. You watch the film to make the adjustments because they missed free throws. In the half-court set, Florida is clearly more athletic and longer, and they get the offensive rebounds, and they defend well. It was a particular time when Connecticut – this is when Florida made their comeback. 5 minutes into the game, Connecticut had 0 points. So that lets you know that Florida at some particular time could turn on the defense to get it done.
Right.
And then they were clutch down the end. Clayton down the end was clutch. The 1-3 where they went up by one late was 63-62, and then the other three that was contested was the dagger, sealed the deal. Yep. Well, so we thought, because we thought when Florida was up by 7 that the game was over with, but somehow they only won by 2 down the stretch. But no, Florida is clearly the better team. They just got to play like it.
Yeah, they missed a dozen free throws. They can't allow that to happen again. I think there was only a couple of free throws missed by UConn in that game. And the simple message is, and I'm sure Todd Golden is coaching off of this, that, hey, that's how close you were to not being able to finish your story, to not be able to continue down this path and realize a dream. And that's basically what he will try and convince them of, that they need to be paying attention to everything. So you take a look at what UConn did. They were 8 of 29 behind the arc. That's not great. 19 of 22 at the charity stripe. So they only missed 3 free throws. And so they were getting the line, and they were sinking most of them. Florida, meanwhile, was 22 of 34. They missed a dozen.
So I look at this Florida. This is why I think that game, if you're a Florida fan, you should feel good that game is, in your eyes, hopefully an outlier, okay?
Yeah.
Because look at the way they ended the season. They routed Texas A&M, which is around a 32 team. They routed Alabama, which is a Sweet 16 team. They routed Ole Miss, which is a Sweet 16 team. They routed Missouri, which lost in the first round. They routed Alabama again in the tournament, Sweet 16 team. And they routed Tennessee to win the SEC championship, another Sweet 16 team.
Yeah.
So this is clearly a really good team that's peaking right now. The question is, like you said, did they get that little bug out of the system?
Right.
Were they even... I don't know. Were they even distracted in that game? Was it more like, all right, well, we're going to get to the round of 16 and get out of here, instead of realizing that you've got a back-to-back national champion coming at you,
right?
That's knows this could be their last game. They're going to give you everything you got, and it's every possession in the tournament means something, and I think that's what that team didn't realize in that game.
Yeah.
Do they realize that the rest of the way? If they do, I think they've got a chance to win it all.
All right, so you guys let us know who you like with that matchup, and you can take a look at the other ones. Like we said, there are 3 number 2 seeds that moved on. All 4 number 1 seeds moved on. You take a look at the games tonight. You got a 4.5-point line with Alabama favored against BYU. You've got Auburn as a Arizona. I'm a little surprised by this. Arizona is a 9-point dog.
Dude, Duke's going to crush them.
And then you've got Arkansas, just looking through all the games. Arkansas is a 5.5-point dog to Texas Tech. Ole Miss, a 3.5-point dog to Michigan State. Kentucky catching 4 against Tennessee. Michigan is an 8.5-point dog to Auburn.
That's high.
Don't you think?
Especially the way Auburn's been playing. That's definitely high.
And so that's the one I'm trying to look at more than anything else. Now, we'll be looking at those.
That one I don't like. I don't like the Arkansas-Texas Tech one either, because Texas Tech's just as athletic as Arkansas, but they shoot the ball better.
Yeah. We'll look at those next.
The Cal-Arkansas team, Joe, is like all those Kentucky teams. Really athletic, really talented, can't shoot the ball.
No, but they were able to get valuable points and good possessions late in that game against St. John's.
They've played well of late, no doubt about it.
Yeah, 5.5-point line at Hard Rock, over under 147. And Texas Tech, they definitely have some talented players that they can run at you, and we'll see whether or not they can keep that going against Arkansas tonight. And then, like we said, the Arizona game, a little surprised by this one, a 9-point line. Because I expected that one to be a little bit closer, but everyone is starting to just love on how deep Duke is and the fact that Now, Cooper Flagg and my favorite guy, Knipple, those guys are right now starting to put it all together scoring-wise, and they may get one guy back that wasn't 100% healthy, and that's going to certainly cause some problems for Arizona. All right, so who do you guys like tonight? 641-1010, you guys jump in on that subject. And then, Leon, let's just set up the reason why you put number 1 in 1996 Florida against number 1 in 1991 Miami. Why did you make those two as your playing game?
Well, for the rivalry alone.
Sure.
You know?
You just try to get them to play each other again.
Yeah, but
they worked for a while.
I know y'all took us off the schedule 87, so I figured we'd find a way to get y'all to play us now. That's the reason why I brought it up.
Yeah. All right, so matchup-wise, when you're looking at it, bigs on both sides.
Bigs on both sides.
Okay.
Both high-powered offenses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 Heisman Trophy. Well, Geno won it the next year, but you got Danny Warfel, who won a Heisman Trophy. Great defenses, both sides of the ball. Solid offensive lines, ability to run the game. Average the point score. I mean, both are astronomical when it comes to scoring points. So I figured that, you know, in totality, you got great offenses and great defenses battle, and it's a rivalry game. So I had to make sure they had to play each other.
Who did you install as the favorite in this game?
Who did I install as a favorite? Mm-hmm. Oh, Florida.
Oh,
Wow.
For what, motivation?
Huh? Yeah, I gave Florida. I mean, you had the freaking Heisman Trophy winner on your team.
Yeah,
that amounts to something.
But Florida came into this game in 1996 as the underdog to the bitter rival that they had lost to 24-21, and then it was the fifth quarter and the French Quarter, and they were number 3 in the land and going up against number 1 Florida State. I don't know, handicapper.
Okay,
I don't know.
All
what was your record going into that 91 game?
Well, we finished the season 12-0.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys should be the favorite.
Flawless is flawless. Flawless is flawless.
You know, I gave you a chance.
What would you put him as the line?
I think God, they're really close. They're really close. I would think that Miami's defense is a little bit better, a little bit more dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually think the 97 and 98 Florida defense were better than 96.
Well,
I think the Florida offense is a little bit better than the Miami offense.
Yeah. Well, see, and the reason why
I'm not saying that Mo Collins is Leon Searcy.
No, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is the reason why I gave you the nod to Florida as far as defense goes is because our front four were a bunch of pass rushers. Mm-hmm. Okay, they weren't this big, wasn't as physical. We had Rusty Medeiros, we had Kevin Patrick, Anthony Habley, and Eric Miller. We lost Cortez and Russell the year before. So I think as far as getting after the quarterback, that's a little bit diminished.
You didn't have as many disruptors as you did prior.
We in the back end of it though, we had Jesse Armstead, Michael Barrows, and Darren Smith.
Jesus, that's a pretty good group right there.
Pretty good group right there. And
although to be fair, Florida had Johnny Relish, Mike Pete, and who was the other one, Joe? Batesy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
James
and
Bates.
in the back end, we had Ryan McNeil, Herbert James, Hurley Brown, and Darren Williams as far as the back. So I think
probably supersedes Freddie Weary, and we love Freddie, but probably he and
Fred
Elijah
was still
Williams.
he
Fred
had
was
some
a great
credentials.
player.
He had some credentials in Gainesville. He was certainly one that could lock down a side.
Now we had some speedsters. Now who were y'all wide receivers in the three wide?
Riedel Anthony and Ike Hilliard and Jacquez Green.
Okay, so ours was Kevin Williams, Horace Copeland, and Lamar Thomas.
Man, that's tough.
Honestly, it's pretty good. All right, so you guys start thinking about that.
Wait, who are your running backs?
Running back was Steve McGuire.
Yeah, I think they got you on.
Who was y'all running back? Who's Florida running back? Freddie T?
And Terry Jackson.
Oh, okay. That's kind of special.
That's pretty good right there.
That's really special.
21 and 22, that's pretty good right there. All right, so you guys hit it 641-1010. Text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. If you're going 96 Florida, 91 Miami, mythical matchup. Who is the champion of that playing game in your mind? And that'll be part of Searcy Sweet 16. We're having fun with it, taking NCAA tournament talk onto the gridiron, so you guys help us with it. 641-1010. You can jump in the YouTube chat as well. It is XL Primetime. We got one guy. We had 95 Nebraska versus 99 Florida State yesterday. And we have one guy that chimed in on that also was part of this 96 team as well. So we'll have him just at least give us an idea, a sense of just how good the talent was on both sides with those Gator matchups in 95 and 96. That'll be coming up on XL Primetime.
Frank Franchi.
The quarterback. 2 receivers lined up to the left. Once the quarterback has the ball, he fakes to the left. No.
Afternoons.
He fakes to the right.
On 1010XL.
He thinks about faking. He pretends to fake.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of draft night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
Here's Linda Beaver.
It's a new year with new goals, but let's face it, not all resolutions are easy to keep. Maybe you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, but pizza still seems like a better idea. Or you said you'd read more, but your favorite show just launched a new season. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, we can help you keep your New Year's resolution. We offer the biggest selection, best prices, and the easiest car buying experience. Let's make a resolution to visit Beaver Toyota or Beaver Chevrolet, where we'll wow you with a new ride for the new year.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion.
Nuts? What?
641-1010.
It's crazy.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
No matter what the reason, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers always works. For unique and special gifts, visit their showroom on Beach Boulevard. ET here with 1010XL. Kuhn Flowers is my go-to, and it should be yours too. Online at KuhnFlowers.com.
Spring is in the air. Time to wake up your lawn with Heroes Lawn Care. Say goodbye to pesky mosquitoes with their organic and spray treatments. Perfect for outdoor fun. Keep your lawn clean and fresh with their pet waste removal for homes and businesses. Heroes Lawn Care takes care of it all, from mowing, edging, fertilizer to irrigation and much more. Visit heroeslawncare.com.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
It's March Madness, and your office needs a champion. Advanced Business Solutions teams up with Xerox to bring you copiers that never miss a shot. Fast, reliable, and ready to handle the pressure. Make the winning play for your business. Hire the champions at Advanced Business Solutions, where your business goes for the win. Locally and veteran-owned.
Print documents and IT management. Advanced Business Solutions.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Werfel lets it go again, right on the number. Higgins gets the move. It's a touchdown for the Gators. Oh boy, you beat on him like an old church bell, and suddenly he's stuck it in the end. This will be a 34-yard try, and this is for a win. This could be for a national championship. It's up. Missed it to the right.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
We just got a big fist bump from Searcy on that. He missed it to the right.
That never gets old, bro.
It doesn't, does it? And then the
I know no one's going to believe me. I know no one's going to believe me, but I was on the sideline.
Yeah.
And I called that shot. I said he's going to miss it to the right.
Did you really?
No one believes me.
Yeah. Well, listen, you get to tell the story.
Yeah.
And the story starts with when I was on the sideline. That's what I said.
Because everybody's holding hands and praying and all this other kind of stuff. I just calmly said, man, he's going to miss it to the right.
All right, now listen, you've pitted number one Miami in 91 against number one Florida in 96, which I feel like you taking me on, just like head on XL.
Yeah, well, you know, nothing like some little friendly fire.
So Steve Griffin, our GM, brought in a nice Florida Gator hat in honor of them making
it
their
is
run
a sharp hat.
into the Sweet 16. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And Imperial Designs got the Florida script on it, so I had to wear it just so I could.
No problem.
Just so we could go toe to toe today.
Do you guys want to fight over it?
Yeah, maybe. I would not.
I got my money on Miami.
Yeah, I would not welcome that challenge. Okay, I wouldn't. I don't care if anything physical. He says arm wrestling, no.
Like tug of war.
Yeah, no. Any of them, no. But anyway, it's still good because we got Gator on Kane crime or Kane on Gator crime taking place today.
I don't like that you wore blue today, Leon.
Huh?
He is orange and blue to the death. I don't know why you say that.
I'm surprised that you.
Listen,
Of course he is.
I got P-Funk on, all right? So that's the only reason.
Gator blue you got on right there.
No, it's not. It's Funkadelic.
Yeah, it is Funkadelic.
Do you see what it says? It says Funkadelic.
I see P-Funk.
Okay, there it is.
That's 100% Gator blue.
Oh, well,
So I've got my Dodger blue on today in honor
Is that how
of
you're going to say it's Dodger blue now?
the only team that can start 2-0 on opening day are the LA Dodgers. And so I got the Dodgers hoodie, I got the Gator cap, and I'm ready to go. All
I
right.
have a later Gator 4117 shirt, just for the listeners.
You just still love it. All right, so I'm looking at some of these numbers here, okay? Gino Torretta, that year, like you said, he would go on to win the Heisman
The next year.
but 205 completions on 371 throws. He had nearly 3,100 yards, 20 touchdowns. You take a look at Danny Wonderful, 207 in the completion department on 360 attempts. Threw for 3,625 yards and 39 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And that was even with Doug Johnson stepping in for a couple of scores.
Well, that was the reason.
He sat out a lot in that
but
season.
he only had 2 touchdowns that year.
You got to remember also, Gino only completed 55% of his passes, which is not good.
Yeah.
Maybe back in those days it was okay.
Yeah.
But he had 20 touchdowns and 8 picks. See, my concern was Danny worked for the fun and gun. My concern was getting to Danny because in the back end we had suspects at the corner position and at safety. And they my boys now, but I'm just telling you, they're my boys. Just got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now Jesse, Mike, and Darren is gonna go get anything Fred tries to do outside. I'm just letting you know right now. I love Freddie T.
Well,
but
I'm just looking.
telling you.
I'm just looking straight at the quarterback, and when you got one guy that threw
that's the
for
reason why I gave y'all the
19 more
edge.
touchdowns.
That's why I gave y'all the edge, Danny Wonderful.
It's not even that. It's he. I mean, I'm dead serious. I remember covering that season. He sat out a lot of those second halves.
Right.
A lot.
Right.
Like everybody always talks about Burrow's huge season. If Danny played like Burrow played that year, the way they threw the ball, I mean, he would have had astronomical numbers.
It is funny.
Might not have hit 60, but he would have been close. I'll tell you that.
Because they are eye popping at that time, especially when you had Freddie T and Terry Jackson in the backfield, and Freddie was running for over 600 yards. Terry Jackson nearly 400 yards. Elijah Williams was the man at that time. Was finishing strong, 671 yards for him. He actually led among those three guys. But the other part, we mentioned Doug Johnson, 2 touchdowns. You know who also threw for a touchdown that year? Had more passing yards than Doug Johnson? Shoddy. Brian Schottenheimer. Now the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. That's how deep that football team was, Leon.
It was, absolutely. I remember the team. I remember. But here's the thing.
Don't think you're just going to waltz all over them, Leon.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is what they think they're going to waltz over us. If the game is close, y'all going to wield in the end.
You got 2 Jacksonville boys at corner, too, so I don't know what Gino's going to do.
Listen, let me tell you.
You got Freddie Ware and Anthony Lott.
Listen, all that sounds good and fine. But if the game is close in the fourth quarter, y'all will wilt and finish and die a slow death.
Don't forget about Curse, too, coming off the edge.
What about him?
He was a third down rush type situational guy, but he's still.
He better stay on Mario's side. He come over here the left because I was a left tackle there.
He would go to Mario's side.
There you go, that part right there.
Yeah, one guy texted in 641-1010. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Just jump in on the conversation as far as who you think would win this mythical matchup and Searcy's push to the Sweet 16. 91 Miami, 96 Florida. One texter, Curse was a linebacker at Florida. Mike Pete, Rutledge, Curse were starting linebackers on that team. Curse walked up. The crazy thing about
Curse wasn't a starter. Bates was.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing about Curse is that when he not walked on, but when he got a scholarship and walked onto the campus in Florida, to the time he finished, he gained 100 pounds. He went from safety to linebacker to edge. It was just crazy how much muscle he put on. Who knows what nutrition?
That sounds like that Nebraska juice he was drinking.
We're being used back then.
He was a changed cat.
Yeah, they were like, if you can't beat him,
spent 4 years there.
Exactly.
He was because he was a redshirt junior when he left. So he was like, that was a different dude. He got in there. Here's what will tell you how much he changed. When he got there initially as a freshman, his brother tried to use his license for something.
Right.
And his brother got arrested, and it said Javon. So everyone thought Javon got arrested. That's how much he looked like his little brother.
Yeah.
So he completely changed in like 4 years.
That is crazy. All right, one of our texters, I think the Gators will trail at the half. But Todd gives an old school inspiring speech. The Gators play tough defense to beat Duke. So he's talking about the actual game that takes place.
Don't forget about
so you
Bud
guys
Harris
can jump in.
safety too,
you can jump in on either one of them.
Tico Brown, those safeties.
Yeah. So we're just looking at old school football.
Yeah.
Tonight's real basketball in the Sweet 16. 91 Miami, one of the ones that's been mentioned. You guys let us know which side you would be on, 641-1010. And I know what side you're on, Leon. You know what side I'm on, but I'm just trying to figure out where the scoring and where the stops are going to take place.
Now, we can run the ball, too, now. I mean, we just weren't a high-flying act. We averaged 144 yards rushing the game with Steve McGuire. We used to call him Greedy Steve because he used to eat up yards.
Yeah, because I'm taking a look and seeing. Let me see if I can find his numbers here.
He had over 600
I'm
yards.
just telling you, there's some.
Yeah, 600 yards.
Yeah.
4.9 yards per carry. Decent average.
Decent average. 5 yards a carry?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It ain't what Nebraska.
What was Fred T's? Do you
remember what we were talking about with Nebraska? They averaged 7 yards per tote.
Yeah.
Freddie was six yards per carry. Okay. That's better.
That's better.
Plus, they had some mean dudes in that offensive line, man.
Okay, we did too.
Didn't Florida lose to Florida State?
They did.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just part of the story.
From McClain.
It's not all the story.
But we ran the table.
Donnie Young and
yeah. And we went to Florida
Collins.
State in 91 and beat them in their
the
house.
number one team
the
in
number
the
one team
nation.
in the nation, by the way. Mm-hmm.
I just know Donnie Young was one tough son of a gun. He was an hombre.
So was Corey Yarbrough, man. The two guards were
Yarbrough,
great.
and Yarbrough, I believe, is still here. I'm pretty sure.
In the town, you mean?
Yeah, in town.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he definitely.
So let us know. And we saw Collins Cooper.
Yeah,
out of the players.
The kicker, yeah,
out of the players. All right, so you guys let us know, 641-1010. Having fun with it. It's Searcy Sweet 16. We have 12 from the 21st century. We have 8 from the 80s and the 90s with play-in games, and this is one of the play-in games right now with the 91 Hurricanes against the 96 Gators. How good was Dennis Erickson as your head coach versus
That's a huge mismatch, by the way, coaching. Huge.
Okay.
So what?
I want you to think about that.
It's the dog against the substitute teacher.
Yeah. I want you to think about that. Just the coaching matchup.
Substitute teacher got 2, and Spurrier got how many? Okay.
Substitute teacher was long for the ride. You know that.
He's got one left.
Just a fact, man.
That's for sure.
Wow. Mic drop by Leon.
Yeah, we'll keep it going. It's XL Primetime.
Made in Duval. By Duval. For Duval. 1010XL. Duval Sports Radio.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com. Powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 27, 2000, at the PGA Players Championship at Sawgrass, former 1983 champion Hal Sutton leads wire to win by a stroke ahead of runner-up Tiger Woods.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE NeoGraft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS. IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
ET here, and spring in Clay County means one thing: the award-winning Clay County Fair. It's more than just rides and a concert. It's an experience. Savor the flavors of classic fair treats, explore family-friendly attractions, and enjoy a perfect mix of small-town charm and big-time fun. Plan your trip with Explore Clay County Tourism and turn your visit into a getaway. Find the best places to stay, eat, and explore at exploreclay.com. And don't forget to share your fair adventures with #ExploreClay.
Out with the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 50% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Gino Torretta in the first half was 5 out of 13 for 61 yards for Miami. Here in the second half, he's 8 out of 10 for 140 and a touchdown. That is Patton in motion. It's Lamar Thomas on a fly to the corner. Touchdown, Miami.
Left side, Graham. Ball break caught midair by Anton Lott. Lott to the end zone for another touchdown. Can you believe it?
This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Highlights from the 91 Miami Hurricane season, the 96 Gators season. That was a big play for Miami against Penn State. And then Lott on the return for the Gators over Tennessee. We're having fun. Mythical matchup, part of Searcy's Sweet 16, seeing who's going to make it in to the final 16. These are 80s and 90s squads that are in play-in games, and they're going to be able to go up against the top 12 from the 21st century. We're having a little fun with it. Doing a little Sweet 16 talk around the game of football. So you guys have fun with it. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Let us know what you're thinking. As a matter of fact, one of our guys texted us yesterday. And look, just like everybody else, you're out there, you're trying to picture what it would be like. Well, this guy knew a little bit about what it actually was like because we were talking yesterday about the 95 Huskers. What did you say, Matt, just in terms of describing the 95 Huskers?
It's like an 18-wheeler, man.
Yeah. And grown, you would say.
Grown as men.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And so one of the guys on that roster, Matt Teague, let's just say hello to him right now. Matt, welcome in. How you doing, bud?
Hey, guys. I'm doing great. How are y'all?
We're doing fantastic. So this is his text yesterday, and then you can follow this. He goes, I remember being on the field warming up, kicking before the 95 Fiesta Bowl. And when Nebraska took the field, myself and some of the players were blown away by the size of these guys. We were undefeated, had kicked everyone's ass in the SEC, but that Nebraska team was so intimidating. Hell, the kicker, Chris Brown, was twice my size and also the third-string quarterback. So with that, Matt, just how like you guys thought you had what it would take to win a natty that year with the way that team was constructed. It could score from anywhere. And then you ran into, as these two guys have described, a grown men and a Mack truck.
Yeah. And I think a lot, if I remember correctly, a lot of the pundits, quote unquote experts were, saying that there's no way Nebraska's going to be able to hang with the butt and gun. And I don't know if we were reading those headlines or not, but I'll tell you one thing that I remember about that game is coming around in the bus game day around old Sun Devil Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And as we went around the stadium, it was sort of like, obviously it's like circular, and you started to see the big white tents they have out there, right, for merchandise and as our vision kind of opened up, the more we came around that stadium, I mean, the sea of red. I'm telling you guys, it was halfway over in the bus. I mean, it was so much red and white out there. And, at the time, it was our first national championship, and I don't want to bag on the Gator fans that were there because there was a sizable amount. But it was super intimidating before we got in the stadium. And then we come out of the tunnel, and I mean, it's just like boo, boo. There's a little wedge of blue up in the corners. I mean, it was like playing in Lincoln. And the guy that was the one guy, I mean, Lawrence Phillips. I've never seen Derrick Henry in person, but Lawrence Phillips was. I can't even describe how humongous that guy. I mean, his legs were as big as my body. It was an embarrassment. I mean, I remember sitting at the end of the game beside Dwayne Mobley, and I was like, man, what is it? What? We were just stunned. And he was like, man, we just got pushed around. I mean, pushed around. But as I said in the text, to Spurrier's credit, he went out and hired a gentleman by the name of Bob Stoops.
Yeah.
We fired our weight training staff and hired Rob Glass and, turn it around the next year.
Hey, Matt, if you were listening yesterday, and I'll say this again for people who weren't listening yesterday, and I want to see if you heard of this or you heard that it happened when Spurrier, you guys were like 8-0 or 9-0 the next year, and somebody asked Spurrier, hey, you guys want another shot at a little redemption against Nebraska, and he literally, Matt, like waved it off. He's like, no, they can stay over there where they are.
Listen, I don't know if I don't ever want to see those guys again. It's kind of funny when I watch them on TV. They're obviously a shell of the team they used to be. But I've told people since, and there's been some great teams. All the guys that you guys are talking about here are great teams. But that '95 Nebraska team was no joke. Hey, if I've got 30 seconds, I've got a real quick story about the '96 Natty. All right, so you guys remember JJ said that we lost to Florida State last game of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always say is the best piece of coaching I've ever seen. That week after we lost to Florida State, leading up to the Alabama SEC game, Danny was black and blue. They beat him to death. And, we were just devastated. It was like our season was over. We had lost at SEC. We were undefeated going into that game. Shouldn't have lost it. And we had to have, obviously, Texas upset Nebraska in the Big 12 championship, day of the SEC championship. And, man, I don't know what the bill was for that hotel, but we went nuts. I shudder to think. I mean, the elevator opened up. Spurrier's like, y'all stop. Get back in your rooms. And then all behind him is all the assistant coaches, like, going crazy, too. It was funny. And then, as you guys remember, the night before the Sugar Bowl against Florida State, we had to have Arizona State lose to Ohio State. So Spurrier puts us in these buses, gets us out of the hotel, so we're not watching TV. But Batesy, of course, has this piece of crap portable television in the bus, so we're all like craning our heads looking at this, barely make it out. We get out there in the middle of the bayou. We get to the hotel. We sprint to our rooms. Jake dives across the end zone with like a minute left. We're like, oh, my gosh. And babyface Joe Germain, down the field he goes with a minute left, hits David Boston in the corner, and we start celebrating. I was in a room with Robbie Stevenson and Bart Edmiston. Robbie takes one of my shoes and throws it through the wall, one of my dress shoes. Well, it falls. It doesn't go all the way through, of course. It goes down between the drywall and drops to the bottom. And so I was so happy I didn't care at the time. So we took these things called phone books. Remember those things? We stacked them up on the lamp on top of it to cover up the hole. And so the next day I'm rolling into the Sugar Bowl with dress clothes and my cleats. Thanks, Robbie.
Nice.
Somewhere in that wall, there's a Sperry topsider in the bottom of that wall somewhere.
All right, Leon, throw it at him because it's 96 versus 91 today. Gators v. Canes.
Yeah, man. We got 96 Florida. Tell me something about the Gators, what you feel that the Miami Hurricanes couldn't handle in 1991.
Well, in 96, we had this kickoff specialist, kid by the name of Teague, 43.
Ever heard of him?
That's going to be the difference, guys. Yeah, I think that's the difference.
I know what side you're going, Matt. All right, thanks, man. We appreciate it. That was good stuff.
Thanks, bro.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all be good.
You got it.
That's cool. And so, yeah, you had to experience and understand what was coming at you, and then obviously the chance to be able to right the ship the next year. Yeah, heck yeah, they were going for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for all the dominoes to fall in place for you,
right,
y'all
perfectly.
had perfectly. Yeah. I mean, it was same thing that with in '89. We had beat Notre Dame. We had lost to Florida State, so we needed Notre Dame to beat Colorado for us to get an opportunity to play for the championship, and it fell in place for us.
Right.
Because and then Florida State fans were they were livid because they had beaten us in Tallahassee, and we still had a chance to play for the championship. But Florida State that year had 2 losses.
Right.
They lost to Southern Miss, and they lost to somebody else.
That was right here.
Yeah, they lost to Ole Miss. Yeah, they lost to Ole Miss, and they lost.
Guy named Favre.
Plus, they got you back in. They paid you back in 2000 when you guys should have been in the
of course. Yeah.
And they went instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
So good, though. All right, so off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You guys, 641-1010. What side are you on? There's plenty of votes. JJ, you're setting it up on X, or have you already thrown it out there?
Yeah, we have it out there as a poll question. Simple. 96 Gators or 91 Canes. It's going as expected. 96 Gators is winning right now with 65%.
Yeah.
There, so take that, JJ.
Gators, I think he could handicap that race pretty well. Gators 28, Canes 24, says one of our texters. Let's see here. Miami 91, they're going with that. Handful of other ones. Definitely, actually, it's kind of split down the middle, which is good. When you're looking at it, as far as the number of votes that are coming in on the text line, then you can do it on X as well and let us know what you think about it. We have other matchups that we'll be doing tomorrow and then into next week, so we definitely will get into it. But there were actually a couple pro days today that we need to get to that includes that right now with one earlier.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, so Florida's pro day was today. And a lot was going on. Graham Mertz threw the ball well. He had the ACL injury. He looked really good. Looked very mobile.
Keep
good.
an eye on him the next
Happy
level.
for him. Happy for him because he's been through a lot. All right. Des Watson was out of Florida's pro day.
Nice.
Big
the
Des.
overweight lover.
Big Des. Big Des. Height, 6'6". Weight. Now you would think he's been working out.
Hold on, we should guess.
Couple months. Hang on. Couple months because he knows the pro day's coming, right?
Exactly. It could be
So
life
you
changing.
think he's all right? Look, I got to get in shape because at least these guys got to think that I'm committed to being an NFL player.
So he weighed in season 450. Is that right?
They had him listed at 421, I think is what it was.
Is that what he was?
Yeah, 420.
That's where he was listed at?
And they said he was under 400, but there was no way he was under 400.
And that's as Uncle Dave would always say, that's a bald face lie.
Yeah, they were initially saying he was he had gotten down to 380 or something. Then they had him at 420.
Well, here's the thing. All linemen, whether it be defense or offense, we have the play number and the real number, okay? So the play number for me I was 308.
Right.
The real number is that I played at 313.
Okay.
So it was usually
you had
5 pounds. 5 was my,
Okay, so if it's 421,
Watson's might be 40 pounds.
If he was at 420, you know what?
What did he weigh in at?
Let me get what they exactly had.
I
him
thought
at,
it was
okay?
450.
No, it wasn't that. It definitely wasn't that because it was.
I thought they were bragging on how big he was.
No, they were bragging on how much weight he'd lost. You don't remember that?
No.
All right, hang on. Let me get him. Let me pull him up.
Get in my belly!
Hayes Carline has pointed out the fact that Desmond Watson did not shrink a bit in the entire time that he's been in.
Okay, I was wrong. They had him listed at
He was listed at
449.
Yes, okay. I knew it was 450. 450.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
I like how they kept it one
All right, so
below.
449. So now 3 months later,
Right.
he's been working out for 3 months getting ready for this thing.
Right.
How much do you think he's lost?
Based on what you're saying, he's north of 450.
I didn't
is what
say
you're
that.
saying.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
say that.
447.
I was going to think.
Each of you guys guess. And we'll
Guess
see
his
who's-
weight?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a
Be a
I'm
good
a pull
guy.
for him.
Yeah.
He's a big man. I'm gonna say the big man weighed in at 417.
Okay.
No way.
All right, yeah, there's that would
I mean,
be,
he had 3 months. He had 3 months to work.
I agree, but I'm going off of what Matt's doing. There's a dozen donuts in the kitchen. If he walked past them, the box would be empty. All right, so I'm just going to guess.
It's like 2 boxes of death right now in the kitchen.
He
So
went from
good.
449 to 459. It's just my guess.
All right, JJ?
447.
Please don't say he went.
What is it?
Bro, he weighed in at 464.
No, dude, take your life more seriously.
But hang on, it doesn't end there, okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't end there.
He cranked on the bench, though, correct?
Well, first off, he had a vertical jump. He also did. Right, and it wasn't a hacker vertical jump. It wasn't a 2-incher.
In fact, it did take place, is what you're saying?
25 inches.
No.
Yes, which isn't bad.
Did you see it? There was a lot of flesh. There was a lot of flesh shown.
I saw that he rang the bell on the bench press.
For a guy that's 6'6" and nearly 5 clicks, 25 inches is not bad. In fact, it's impressive. Actually.
It's sad because he obviously has. He's got a problem, man.
But no.
He's got an eating disorder.
I hate to say this, Joe, but I blame y'all. I blame University of Florida because y'all should have gave him an ultimatum.
I agree.
You get this weight off,
or you're out.
You're out the door.
I agree.
Like
100%. I agree.
Like we're concerned for you as a human being.
Yes,
I totally agree with you. Totally.
And we can make you a better football player with less weight.
You should have sent him home. That's the only way he's going to get the message. If you had to send him home for a semester or a football season, he would have found a way to lose that weight and come back to y'all in shape.
Because he would have
hit 5 clicks.
If it meant enough to him.
Might have. Yeah.
If it meant enough to him. Yeah. You had to use that scare tactic.
It's just funny that he could make a play or two here or there.
I mean, when he's like not dog tired, he's a good player.
Right, but he's like Frankie, you'd play fetch with him. He was only going to go 2 or 3 trips, and he was sitting down. He was done.
Let's not start with the dogs because I got a really bad. After what JJ said earlier.
Oh, okay.
Let's not get into the dogs. After
anyway,
this guy's
I'm
been
just saying,
arrested
Frank
for the
was
dog
like,
fight.
I'm done.
Anyway, he's got one more. So not only did he jump 25 inches in the vertical, which again for 460 is impressive. 464. He had 36 reps of 225, which would have tied the top at the combine this year.
It would have.
Yeah.
How many did you do?
I did 28.
Okay. All right.
But that was after. The Simone was before you, and you said,
this was at my pro day.
Yeah, your pro day.
Not the combine.
Because the combine, you walked away.
That's right. I walked away. I made a business decision.
I don't blame you.
What did this big Simone do before?
36. I said, I'm not going after this. Are you crazy?
He pulled his hammy mysteriously right then.
That's when Jimmy said to you, you're lying.
No. I remember I had an injury early on in the season. I dislocated my thumb.
Never mind.
So I had to stand in front of the GMs and coaches and say, hey, listen, I injured my thumb earlier last year. I re-injured it trying to train for it, so I won't be able to do it. So I walk off stage. First person I see when I walk off stage was Jimmy Johnson. He looks at me and says, you're lying.
So good, man.
All right, 641-1010. We'll get back to the 91 Miami versus 96 Florida, the mythical matchup that Searcy has to make up his Sweet 16. 641-1010. You guys vote there on the text line, Design My Lifetime Enclosure. You can go to X, and you can just say, hey, I'm going with 96 Florida. I'm going with 91 Miami. Real easy. You can jump in the YouTube chat and do it there as well.
Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
The Gators trip to the top makes a stop at the Sweet 16, Florida, Maryland. Tonight at 7:30 on 1010 AM.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Top Dog Tavern is your gathering place for family and friends, offering something for everyone. Want a delicious meal served with a smile? We have you covered. Shareable appetizers, hot and crispy wings, juicy tavern burgers, fresh salads, plus a large craft beer selection. And there is nowhere better to watch all the big games than on our multiple TVs. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and good times at Top Dog Tavern, located in Bartram Park off Old St. Augustine Road.
We've all been waiting for it, and now March is finally here. Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet. The only way to make the most of March is to feed the frenzy. Check out all the lines, the tournament's opening rounds, and don't miss out. Who's getting upset? Who's going all the way? Play right along with them at hardrock.bet or download the app. Super easy to play and win on the Hard Rock Bet app.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But, Coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. If they're paying their salespeople commission, you're starting off in the hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Pick in here, beat the spring cleaning rush, and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and tell them 1010XL sent you.
Zero Res.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. We're now under 1 month away from the NFL Draft, kicking off round 1 on Thursday, April 24th. This morning, the Florida Gators held their pro day for their 18 draft-eligible players to show off their abilities to NFL coaches and scouts to make their case why they should be selected in this year's draft. Pro day events include player weigh-ins and measurements, the bench press, where defensive lineman Desmond Watson recorded 36 reps, which would have been the most at this year's combine had he been there. The athletes also participate in the vertical jump, broad jump, 40-yard dash, 60-yard shuttle, and other position workouts. Defensive back Jason Marshall Jr. and Traquez Bridges made some noise in the 40, with Marshall clocking a 4.43 and Bridges running a 4.38, both showing important speed to move their names up the draft boards. It's 75 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Have you noticed anything going on in the fridge? Have you noticed like the 7 ancillary, anywhere from a quarter-eaten to half-eaten bags of Cheez-Its? We got somebody here's got a Cheez-It addiction, and we need somebody to step in. If you like Cheez-Its, that's great. Buy some Cheez-Its, bring them in, perhaps eat them. This is what signals the problem. That you like Cheez-Its is fine. That you make the strange decision to store your Cheez-Its in the fridge. I find that to be odd. Perhaps there's some sort of
I'm with you there.
inebriation that's leading to that. I don't know what the effects.
Usually I like open bags of chips I leave in the pantry.
Of course you do. Who puts Cheez-Its in the fridge? I've never heard such a thing.
Interesting.
But the point is, there's like, and I'm not kidding, like 4, 5, or 6 bags of Cheez-Its eaten in some form or fashion to some degree. So somebody's like Cheez-It addiction has clouded their judgment, and I worry about their health. Cheez-Its, a diet of Cheez-Its only can't be good for you, E.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, let's just clean one juicy rumor up right away. He was not talking about Desmond Watson. He was not talking about Big Des and a Cheez-It addiction.
No.
It just so happened he was talking about...
I'm the culprit.
He was talking about Big Searcy and a Cheez-It addiction.
Listen, I like Cheez-Its, all right? I don't have any addiction to them.
No, you don't finish the whole bag.
I don't finish the whole bag. I eat them during the show.
But why the fridge?
Keeps them fresh.
No.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Listen, you have not lived until you've eaten a cold Cheez-It, okay? A cold, fresh Cheez-It.
And here's the thing.
Right, Pross can suck it.
Yeah.
For any of these,
right?
is that a resealable?
Yeah, it's resealable.
That's key, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, you don't
They're
go
not
put
open bags of cheese.
You don't
they're not open. No, I seal them before I when I
exactly. You don't go put wavy lays in, just fold the top of them in there.
No, right. It's not falling on the refrigerator. He's got
soggy.
a nice. Whose prostate key is like going into your Cheez-Its?
I know. I mean, listen, you can grab a bag or two if you want to. He can finish them off, by the way.
Right.
Because, I mean, they're sealed.
Yeah, let me just at least give you the other half of Pross, okay?
Yeah.
In this particular situation, he wanted to go in.
He did.
He thought the numbers were good enough where somebody may not notice that,
He did.
that there were 7 bags that turned into 6 bags because that cat will get hungry and right at the 7 o'clock hour.
See, what he's probably not telling you is that he's probably gone there and grabbed them.
I'm sure he has.
A handful of them.
Because he probably said, what?
Yeah.
What the H is going on? I want somebody's Cheez-Its, and I feel like someone's looking over my shoulder if I reach in
Of
there.
course, like it's 6:30 in the morning. Nobody's here. It's just him.
Yeah.
He's doing the first hour alone. I guarantee he stuck his hand
Now
in
in the
bags.
full unedited,
100%.
full 2-minute clip.
Yeah.
He claims that he doesn't get anything out of the fridge. He just looks. So he's like the Zodiac. Well, I guess the Zodiac did kill people.
I have heard Pross.
He watches you guys and what you do in the fridge.
Yeah.
So he's just been, he's worried about you.
No. First off, nobody opens the fridge and just looks
Exactly.
at it.
I was just about
He's
to say
lying
that.
right there.
Yes. No one
He's
opens
lying.
the fridge to
If
see
I can,
what delicacies we eat while he's not here.
If I can hear the quote in my ears right now, I walk down the hall because you park on the side, you come in, you walk past. It's 10 steps to get to the break room, the kitchen.
Right.
And I can see Pross leaning in, standing up, slamming the door. There's nothing in there. I can hear him saying that right now in my ear.
I can too, but I could also see him opening the door and seeing the Cheez-Its. And who among us, if you see a bag of Cheez-Its, is not going to think, I might take a couple of those.
Who will miss a
I might
couple
take a run at those. Yeah. Of course he did.
Yeah.
100% he did.
Well, he wanted to get to the bottom of it. Now that he knows it's Big Searcy's bags, I don't know if he's going to.
Well, listen, I've cleaned it up, okay? The 6 bags of Cheez-Its.
He shamed you into doing this.
He didn't shame me. Not at all.
Did you incorporate him?
When I walked in there and I saw the 6 bags, I was like, this is too much. All right? So then I just took the 6 bags and collectively poured them into one bag, and this is what I'm eating now.
All right, you incorporated them. All right, so
Yes.
all right, that was a good move.
Are you a hoarder at home?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
absolutely.
he just didn't want to bring him home. He figured, all right, I'll have him here for a little later.
Yeah.
So
listen, first of all, a reason why I leave them here is because my snack budget has gotten out of control.
It has.
Okay.
$60 a week.
$60
first
a
off,
week.
it's not your snack; it's yours and JJ's.
Yeah.
You buy
Yeah, 'cause
JJ
I
stuff.
buy JJ stuff. Yeah,
You do. You're a giver when it comes to that.
Yeah.
JJ so.
Yeah. So I mean, my snack
my
budget
fun
is like $60 a week. So
is
what I
absurd.
do is absurd. So what I do now is I just leave it in the refrigerator, knowing I have snacks, so I ain't got to stop by the store.
What you don't know is JJ actually budgets that into his budget.
No problem.
That you're bringing him snacks.
Sometimes.
I have no
Yeah.
problem.
I did try the. I tried the Cheez-It Puffs that you brought.
Yeah.
I like regular Cheez-Its better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
He
figured.
basically said,
Can't do that.
He
Matt
basically
was
said,
right.
Leon, don't do that again. Okay.
I saw
Bring more
yesterday. I said,
Bugles.
bro, this is garbage.
Yeah. If you're gonna bring me something, make sure it's the right thing.
The
to bring.
originals.
So
Yeah.
I take the empty bag, quote, empty bag of either the Santitos or the Wavy Lays or whatever, and just that little bottom area where it's just all they've just been beaten up. You know, there's just
Crunch
nothing
it
but
up.
just
Yeah, yeah.
crumb. And I'll just throw them in my car, and that way I have them just kind of like an extra little snack because I'm eating.
Well, how are you eating them? You're not with your fingers eating them.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? When do you? What else do you use to eat a potato chip with?
Yeah, well, if you get that, then you get it all over your fingers, and then where are you going to wipe your fingers?
Wait,
then?
how do you eat potato chips?
No, I'm saying
What,
at the end
George?
of the bag. I'm saying at the end of the bag when it's all the crumbs.
You,
Oh, you
George,
pour
with
them
a
in your
fork and a
mouth.
knife? Is that what you're doing?
You flip the bag.
Yeah,
and
no,
you
you-
flip the bag, bro.
Pour it
Okay,
in your
so
mouth, man.
I need to make a correction.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to the full show, but people are saying now Hicken called him out and he admitted to eating some.
Of course. See?
Oh,
See,
that's beautiful.
look at that. See?
That's beautiful.
I know
Wait,
someone-
I want to go back to the chip bag because this is weird to me. Because the Santitos are like barbecue, right?
It doesn't matter. There's several flavors.
All right, so if you're sticking your fingers in there trying to get those last crumbs,
Watch this.
they say that's disgusting.
And then I got a napkin.
You've never
What's
done
wrong with
that?
Disgusting.
You haven't lived. You've never done that. Are you serious?
But you're pulling your fingers out. Why? First off, I've seen you drive, okay? It's scary as hell. That's number one.
Yes.
You're a lunatic. And I say that love
I
when
am
I
not.
love you, okay? But
I
you're a
am not.
lunatic. I've had white knuckle rides with you.
I don't
How
even
are you? How are you driving with your hand in the bag, pulling it up and eating?
It is a little messy.
Because you do multitask. You get on your phone. You want to get on the Tom Petty station. You got a lot going on.
I
when you're
roll in the
driving.
Beaver Toyota, and Boydo looks at me in the service department like, "You want me to clean this up? You're a."
That's what I'm saying.
You're a pack rat.
You've never
I'll
poured
do
the bag in your
but
mouth.
I like to have enough broken chips that I get 4 or 5 reach-ins.
All right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They've got to be bigger than they're not the crummies. Like they're like
Oh, yeah,
half
it's
chips,
all
right?
Of it. It's all of it. Every bit of it. All right, let's
Something
get back.
wrong with you, man.
And Cheetos. Now, if you have Cheetos, you got a stain problem. You got to be careful.
Yeah, of course. Well, I would think the other one's the same thing.
Cheese dust.
Before we leave this, I need to know, do you put all your chip type things in the fridge, or is it no, I'm talking to Leon.
Leon.
Just the Cheez-Its.
I know
All the
you
chips are
don't.
just
You're a
Cheez-Its.
normal human being. Like, no one else on earth does, apparently. But am I missing out on this?
No. You talking about the regular chips? No, they get in the
No, he
pack.
says, do you put all of your snack types, if they're not
Like crackers,
eaten, you put them
chips?
back in the fridge, or do you just Cheez-Its?
Just cheese.
Okay, so JJ, I'll tell you this one: cold nuts.
I love that.
Oh, like peanuts?
Yeah, cold nuts. Not a bad way to go.
Never done that one either.
Really?
We throw them in the fridge. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and walnuts, almonds, pistachios.
Really?
Yeah, we even throw the pistachios in the freezer.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
All right.
I love a pistachio.
I'm a little intrigued by that, actually.
Yeah, it works. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Look at the look on your face. Like you're like happy.
That's a
He looks
TLD move, but I'm all about it. I'm all about it. All right.
By the way, speaking of snacks, Des snacks. So I saw the video of him doing the reps, the 36 reps. He's not. Okay, how do I say this? He's not a typical fat guy because his face doesn't look that big. Number one, from the waist up, he's fat. Okay,
right.
He's got a belly. From the waist down, he's gigantic.
Yeah, his legs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a root stump. It's an oak tree.
It's
for each leg.
It's like I've never seen it. I mean, look.
That's
bro.
why one of our texters said they should bring him in just against the tush push.
His
that's an
waist
excellent
down
point.
is. I mean, imagine the power he drives.
I hope Green Bay drafts Desmond Watson because they're the ones who tried to put in a request to take the tush-push out of the game, to get rid of the hurt spurt. And if they draft Desmond Watson, they may have the answer.
But to be fair, I mean, you could say that, but to be fair, it's not like he was pushing the pile at Florida, man. Mm-hmm. When they had him in the game,
no,
he was honestly, getting people were handling him.
Yeah, all you had to do was say, "Hey, wherever he is, just don't run there. Just run around him."
Well, they were also handling him. I don't think he's got the strength upper body. Yeah, I think that's the problem.
Yeah, what I'm saying is he was so quickly neutralized. Unfortunately,
he don't have the Searcy hands. There's no doubt about that. But I also don't think he don't have. I mean, look at his arms. Those arms aren't that big. I don't know how he threw up 36 times, but they don't look that big.
Listen, if he does 36 times, you got to be some kind of strength up there,
right?
Yeah.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
Crunchy Cheetos, says our texter. If you eat the puffed Cheetos, you're soft.
I can't agree with that.
I can't go there. Crunchy
I love
Cheetos.
them both.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Crunchy Cheetos are number one for me. But you give me every once in a while just a crazy
Soft
cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle?
Yeah.
Like a cheesy puff.
What's wrong with you, man? A cheese doodle?
That's what we just said. We like both of them. We like Cheetos the best.
It's like a Cheez-It puff, JJ. It's the same thing.
You've never had the cheese doodle?
I'm looking up right now.
I prefer the crunchy, but I've had
cheese doodles. They look little though, and they're Wise brand.
Don't tell me you like the cheese. Don't tell me you like the cheese balls too, Joe. Because those are like the doodles too.
I'm not crazy about those, but the cheese doodles, you got to have the big ones. It's just a good 2-biter.
Like the little worms.
Cheetos Puffs.
Yeah, exactly. Good 2-biter.
No.
All right. Everyone needs to try refrigerated Pop-Tarts. I like that.
I've heard of that before.
That's a good one.
I haven't had a Pop-Tart in 30 years, but yeah, I've heard of that.
That's from the 251. Thank you. 554. Matt's a germaphobe.
Yes.
Yeah, we know that. That's
no, it's not a germaphobe. It's disgusting. That's all.
Yeah.
I might be a little germaphobe.
I don't know what they put in Cheez-Its, but they are effing good, says one of our texters.
It's like crack.
Yeah, so it's all good.
I'm so glad we found out that Pross actually ate some of those because you knew he did, man. 6:15 in the morning, no one in the building. Of course he did.
And he has slammed the door. He's like, "There's nothing to eat."
He has.
He's looking for other people.
There's no doubt he has.
He's like the guy that would, "Hey, can I bum a cigarette? What do you normally smoke?" OPs, yeah, other people's, yeah. And so Pross wants to reach in there and find some OP food.
He also, by the way, did it more than once. I can guarantee you that too.
Of course he did.
Because you can't just eat one Cheez-It.
And listen, that's the reason why I did it, because I know that,
right.
Your pack was that you were light. You felt it the next day. You're like, this is lighter than I left it. Someone's even off.
God, he's lucky.
I'll let him be.
Actually, he's lucky you didn't come in and say, which one of you fools is eating my Cheez-Its?
I don't
Why don't you drop like a Benjamin in one of those bags and see if he finds
it.
See if he walks away with it. Right.
But then you're screwed if he does.
He does. Yeah, right.
Because he's sleeping right now. He's not listening to us. He has no idea what we're talking about.
But he gave us a segment, and I love him for that.
All right, 641-1010. You guys jump in. We need to get back to some hoop tonight, back to our mythical matchups from the 1990s, the 91 Miami Hurricane National Championship team, which featured and starred the Hurricane Hall of Famer, Big Leon Searcy, against the 1996 Florida Gators with Danny Wonderful, going up against the rival Seminoles in the Sugar Bowl, the fifth quarter in the French Quarter, and they emerged victorious. So who would win in that mythical matchup? We'll bring that back up, and then we'll get into a little more Sweet 16 before we are done with tonight's games. I got the Hard Rock Bet numbers. We need to pick some winners.
The fire which burns inside them. It's essential to understand that battles are won primarily in the hearts of men. And once you have won their hearts, they'll follow you anywhere.
1010XL.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles update. This week, the new baseball line is 2024 Heritage High Number, focusing mainly on rookies and then vets who change teams. A 1975 design Heritage High Number will have rookies Paul Skeens and Jackson Holiday. Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, the wings are fresh, the drinks are cold, and the game is always on. With 30-volt flavors, ice-cold beer, and handcrafted cocktails, there's no better place to kick back and catch every play. Escape the ordinary. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Find out why soccer is the most popular game in the world and spreading fast on the First Coast.
On the Sporty Jack Soccer Hour.
Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley as they discuss the latest in the world of soccer.
Tuesday nights at 6.
On 1010 a.m.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Youth sports at the YMCA's focus on teamwork, discipline, and building confidence. Our experienced coaches can create a positive and supportive environment where your kids can grow, stay active, and develop a love for sports. Sports like basketball, volleyball, swimming, gymnastics, and even elite skills training. Join the fun and register. Give your kids a chance to be a part of something special. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Thinning or balding hair? Introducing Scalp Micropigmentation now at IHRS. SMP is a procedure for men and women, looks like your own growing hair, and corrects thinning areas. SMP is perfect for men and women who shave their head and want a full head of hair look. Call IHRS now, 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com today.
Hey, this is Coach Jason Gibson of your Jacksonville Sharks. I know the importance of a strong game plan, and that's exactly what I've got with Clay Solar Installation Partners. They did the install of the solar panels at my house, and I couldn't be happier. Lower energy bills, clean power, and a winning team that made the whole process easy. If you're looking to save money and go solar, trust the pros at Clay Solar. Call Karen at Clay Solar today and tell them that Coach Gibson sent you.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're apo what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow, I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but...
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Tired of seeing the signs of aging? Spring is here, a time to renew. I'm Dr. Mark Capel, a board-certified dermatologist, here to help you look and feel your best with minimal to no downtime. Rejuvenate your skin, strengthen your core, and sculpt your body with advanced face and body treatments designed to restore your youthful glow and confidence. Just in time for spring and summer. A healthier, more fit you starts now. Visit dermagnify.com and step into spring looking and feeling your best.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
we've got to let you say how you feel at this moment.
Swanee, God has smiled on the Gators, no question about it. Texas did what they had to do, and then Ohio State did it. Of course, we haven't won it yet. We got to wait on the vote tomorrow. Hopefully it'll work out, but, God smiled on it.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
That's the ball coach. He definitely gave Ohio State and Texas tons of love. And then God smiled on the Gators as they beat the Florida State Seminoles, number 3 over number 1 that year in the Sugar Bowl. We have got to name a winner between the 96 Gators and the 91 Hurricanes in Big Searcy's mythical matchup as we inch closer to Searcy's Sweet 16. And it's going to come off the gridiron next week. We will see what a dozen from the 21st century, along with 4 from back in the day, as you might say, how they would perform against these teams. Now, we got to get into some Sweet 16 actual talk of the hoop tonight. At the very least, the 4 games that we're looking at that we will jump in on. But you guys can definitely hit X. You can find at 1010XL and vote which side you would have it on. JJ, give it to us right now, and then you guys can still hit the text line in the chat and give us a thought on who you would pick. 91 Miami, 96 Florida.
96 Gators with a commanding lead up to 68% on Twitter.
So basically, we're talking 2 out of 3 Gators out there think that they would win that matchup. And Leon, you decided to install Florida as the favorite in this game, recognizing the Danny Wonderful play under center. And he was going up against, who was it? Thad Busby and company in Gainesville, or excuse me, in Tallahassee. And then it was the Gino Torretta-led Canes.
Well, listen, I gave the Gators the slight edge in the game because, listen, I love Gino Torretta, but in crucial games, especially the one against Florida State,
right?
Tallahassee, he held on to the ball too long. We get 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, and our defense and our running game had to bail him out. So that would be my concerning part. That if Florida jumped out early, we would have to run the ball, and then we would have to hope that Gino took care of the football. I'm just going by big. I'm just going now. In other games, big games, he's flourished, but against the Florida teams, the Florida State. So let me just give you an example. Against Florida State in '89, Gino Torretta, he had He had 3 interceptions in the game. Florida State 2 years later in Tallahassee, he had 2 interceptions. So I'm just saying.
The 3 interception game was bad.
It was bad.
All bad throws.
It was bad throws. All bad throws. So the most I'm giving the huge edge to the most important position on the field, which is the quarterback position to Florida. I'm just saying that if we can't run the ball and we have to depend on Gino, then we might be in for a long day.
Yeah. Gino was much better the next year.
Yeah, he won the Heisman.
Much better.
Absolutely won the Heisman. Well, but what happened against Alabama?
He's a great dude.
No, he's a great dude. I love the guy.
Yeah,
but I got to be honest. I played with him.
Just imagine and you guys did win the Natty. So
we did. Yeah.
You have to acknowledge that one versus, say, a Neil O'Donnell who might have kept you from winning one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys keep on that. Let's look at these games tonight before we are done. But first, let's go back in time with a little ukulele, if you don't mind.
Perfecto!
Oh, let's see if you guys can nail this perfecto. Brought to you by Pacifico Mexican Lager from the Atlantic to Pacifico. Enjoy one of those delicious cervezas. You can certainly order it up. It was found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life anchors up. So we are talking Sweet 16, the NCAA tournament into its second week after we went from 64 to 16 from Thursday a week ago to Sunday. Only 3 teams, have won a game in the past 6 tournaments. Who are they?
In the past 6?
Yeah.
Kansas got to be one.
Say it again.
Kansas lost in the first round.
They lost in the first round this year?
Listen, don't work through this work problem with him, JJ.
That's right. They lost to Arkansas. All right. Duke?
They lost to Lehigh.
Not in the first round.
Okay.
There's 3 you said.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go with Duke, Tennessee. Leon, any help?
Michigan State.
It's not a bad one, actually. That's good, actually. It's a great one. All right, let's do that. Let's do Duke, Tennessee, Michigan State.
Okay, and who was your other guess?
Kansas.
Huh?
Kansas.
Oh, okay. Well, forget about that because they did lose. None of them.
None of them?
None of them.
Who did Duke lose to in the first round?
Duke didn't make it. Like, they lost a year ago.
They weren't in the tournament a year ago?
Well, they did, but they lost immediately. I'm pretty sure immediately. Anyway, the question is very simple. The last 6 tournaments.
Right.
So between now and 5 tournaments ago, they at least lost once. So
All right.
won a game in the last 6 tournaments. At least one win.
All 3 of those are wrong.
All wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gonzaga.
That's a good one.
There we go.
That's a good
now
one,
we're getting
actually.
somewhere.
How about Texas?
Nope.
Michigan?
Nope.
What about Baylor?
Nope. Who, JJ?
Baylor?
All right, there's another one.
Nice. Well done, JJ. Well done.
All right. Baylor, the Zags.
UConn.
Nope.
Villanova.
Nope.
They
didn't make it. Last one.
Hang on. Just hang
Of
on
course.
1 second.
We did have texters pointing out that this is starting to reach hacker level. It is.
Just hang on a second.
Multiple guesses and then achieving perfecto.
No, I'm not trying. I'm just trying to guess it, actually. I'm not really doing anything like that. I'm really trying to guess it. UCLA.
Nope.
Alabama.
Nope.
Who?
It's a number 1 seed. They're still alive.
Houston.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So
struggled with that one.
Yeah.
If
6.
it was hackerish, I would have said. I knew that. I was going to say
I
it.
was so close. But 6 straight tournaments with at least 1 win. That's pretty good. All right. So who do we like tonight? Who do you think is going to come out on top? I'm looking at the Hard Rock bet numbers right now. We were talking about the point spread. Of course, you can just either call it an outright winner or you can call covering the spread. But tonight, you've got BYU as a 4.5-point dog, Alabama favored. Anybody see any problem with Alabama winning that game tonight?
I think they just outscore them, yeah.
Yeah, I got them advancing.
Okay, I'm looking at BYU maybe giving them some fits.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
And I feel like this is a dangerous game.
Totally agree.
For Alabama.
Because they've also, like Auburn, been struggling of late.
Yeah, so I kind of like the points in this bad boy, and it still may go Alabama's way, but we're talking about 2 teams that can score. And Alabama defensively struggles to stop people. I may even call it on this one. Now, my bracket has Alabama.
You calling the upset right now?
Yeah, I'm calling it. All right, so I like those points. Maryland catching 6.5. Any struggle there for Florida?
Yeah, I think it's a tough
Close game.
Maryland's won 27 games this year.
Yeah. Maryland's good. They're just not deep.
They're very
would you
good
take
the first
the points?
5. How much? It's 6.5, right?
Yeah.
I might take those points, actually, yeah.
Okay. All right. All of us have Florida winning?
Oh, yeah, I got Florida advancing.
Okay.
I'm looking at my bracket. I actually have Florida and Maryland moving forward.
I don't like it, but I think Florida's going to – I mean, it's going to be a tough game. Yeah.
9 points between Duke and Arizona.
I'll lay those points all day long.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Arizona, not the same team that lost to them earlier in the year. They definitely – as a matter of fact, they have more ability to score and control games now compared to what they did when they faced them earlier in the year. Caleb Love, we know how good that cat is, but I still feel like Duke is all of a sudden catching it at the right time.
Well,
right.
Listen, in my bracket, I got Arizona advancing.
Do you?
I do. Alabama, Arizona, and that's Elite 8.
That's worth a Romo right there. Really?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
All right. Oh. Last one tonight, 5.5 points. According to Hard Rock, Arkansas, the underdog to Texas Tech. Does that one get interesting?
Arkansas's hot. There's no doubt about it. I think Texas Tech wins. In fact, I'd lay the points.
You'd lay the points in that one?
Yeah, I would.
Matt earlier called for like blowout city this round.
I did. It potentially could be. Potentially.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, honestly, I think Florida's going to struggle, but it could be blowout Alabama, blowout Florida, blowout Duke, blowout Texas Tech.
And it's crazy how Arkansas is just finding themselves at the right time. 0-5 in the league to start, 1-6 to start. It wasn't anything like what you expected Calipari to do when he got to Arkansas, but he has now proven that they're tournament tough, being in a position where they can peak and kind of breed confidence off of the first couple of wins, the way they were able to take care of Kansas and then take care of St. John's. He knocked off two Titans, coaching-wise, Bill Self and Rick Pitino. That's pretty dang good when you think about it. All right, so we'll see where that one goes. I kind of feel like Arkansas taking those 5.5 off the line at Hard Rock is not a bad way to go. As a matter of fact, if you play all four taking the dogs, you're probably going to be splitting your money a little bit, but I do like BYU to pull an upset, Florida to cover. Arizona, I think, can make it close. I think they're going to somehow, some way use those 9 points and maybe post a win, and then Texas Tech over Arkansas. All right, let's see where it goes. See what we got tonight.
I mean, Boogie could get hot again. He's still, coming back from that injury. Boogie Flang could get hot. If he gets hot and he starts shooting the ball, Arkansas can win that game.
Yeah, and they just need to find their offense. They've struggled a little bit just in terms of finding the guys that are going to be able to consistently be counted on to score. Kind of like what Maryland went through the other night. They just didn't have enough guys. They had certainly some good shooting, some timely shooting, but not enough guys that were able to just constantly penetrate, make baskets, get to the free throw line, all that stuff. All right, look at those games tonight. You guys can let us know. We've got to name a winner between 91 Miami and 96 Florida on the gridiron with Searcy Sweet 16, the mythical matchup. He will tell you who wins next.
Aye, aye, Captain. You're sailing on the Jaguars flagship station. 1010 XL.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Hey, poker fans, the stakes are high this month as Best Bet dishes out over $550,000 between Jacksonville, Orange Park, and the St. Augustine poker rooms. Feeling lucky? How about $300 every 15 minutes at the table games, or cash in on the $20,000 race to a race, or every Friday, $1,000 every 30 minutes. And go for the green on St. Patrick's Day, where a Royal Flushing Clubs wins up to $5,000. See all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 27, 2000, at the PGA Players Championship at Sawgrass, former 1983 champion Hal Sutton leads wire to win by a stroke ahead of runner-up Tiger Woods.
Plumbing problem? AC acting up? Septic tank trouble? Don't waste time calling 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. We offer plumbing, septic, and air conditioning services. Call 904-862-6769.
The 2025 NFL season is right around the corner, and the Jags are building something special. Wow. A fresh team, a new culture, and a stadium that's going to change the game. Be there to witness head coach Liam Cohen and the rest of the coaching crew in action and secure your place in line for the stadium of the future with your 2025 season ticket membership. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at the bank this fall.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood. Clayton, you talk a lot about a diamond's cut grade. Why is a diamond graded for cut?
Frank, that's simple. We cut grade diamonds to show a measurement of beauty and light return to the person looking at the diamond so they can understand the value difference between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one cut for maximum weight. Now, it gets a little more complicated when you find out that the American Gym Society Laboratory actually assigns performance grades and proportion grades using patented computer software and grades for polish and symmetry using a microscope. The end result of cut grading is a final grade that can go from a 0 or ideal to a 10, which is poor. Each of these grades are priced a little differently. That's why you can see a diamond with a fine color and clarity priced low, particularly on the internet, because a trained gemologist won't buy it for resale because of the poor cut. Unfortunately, these type deals aren't good deals. They're bad deals for the unknowing customer.
Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
The First Tee Tour Card is back for 2025 and better than ever, with access to over 15 of North Florida's best courses and new this year, local participating businesses. This card is your ticket to saving hundreds. First Tee North Florida is a local nonprofit who build character in youth participants through the game of golf. This annual fundraiser enables this amazing organization the ability to build game changers. Grab your tour card for just $99 at tourcard.org. for a list of participating partners, benefits, and restrictions.
This is Hayes Carline for Kingfish Pest Control. Mosquito season is upon us, but don't let them take over. The secret to a bite-free yard is starting today with Kingfish Pest Control. Their 3-step mosquito defense process stops them before they can spread. Eliminate breeding areas, build a protective barrier around your yard, and monthly treatments to keep them away all season long. The earlier you start, the fewer mosquitoes you'll have to fight. Don't let those suckers ruin your outdoor fun. Call Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Pick it here for Bow 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bow 9. Visit Bow 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bow 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is, although I was on that 1991 team, my senior won the national championship. That team was probably the second weakest Hurricane team of all time.
You're gonna call it?
Wow.
You're gonna call it?
I'm not ashamed to say it. I will give the edge to the Florida Gators.
Woo! The Gators move on.
See, he is orange and blue to the death.
No, I just got to be honest, bro. I love orange and blue to the death. I had nothing to do with that. I just got to be honest. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be biased. This is unbiased. I just don't. I think the most important position on the field, which is quarterback. Mm-hmm. I think that Danny will play a lot better than Gino.
That's your takeaway?
That's my takeaway.
You want to tell you what my takeaway is?
The judge, jury, and Searcy sentencer right there has spoken.
My takeaway is he's doing this for a reason.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Because he wants them to set themselves up for a big fall.
No. He's doing this for a reason because he's trying to make it look like he's not biased, okay? And then when the final game hits and it's 95 Nebraska against 2001 Miami, he's going to say, Canes.
You're a conspiracist.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
JJ, you got that. I'm a conspiracist,
You're a conspiracist.
right?
Come
March
on,
27th, 3:39 p.m.
Who's to say that
when
Nebraska
this happens,
even
Who's
makes
to
this?
say Nebraska makes it that far?
Of course they will. So when this happens, JJ, in how many days? When will the fight? April 7th. So on April 7th, when the championship game was played, and Leon says the Canes over the 95 Huskers.
No, I think the conspiracy I'm thinking is you trying to already put 95 Nebraska into there without even having to play LSU.
Bro, that is nice.
Yeah. Think about LSU in 2019. How great that
Do
team
you guys
was.
not realize what Nebraska was?
All I know is work 'em silly Gators, and Big Search recognized it. Okay, so 96 Gators.
He's got
victorious.
ulterior motives. I'm telling you, he does. Man.
I don't. But I can have some, but I don't.
All right. Takeaway.
My takeaway is watch the games tonight. Have fun, man. I think if Florida plays to their potential and they don't get tight like they were against UConn, they can win this thing going away. And it's like we talked about this earlier before the show. I think we could easily see routes, all of them. All of them blowouts.
This is one more reason why I appreciate the fact that even though I love the Cinderella story, but NIL has come in and has taken over, and it's basically killed Cinderella. But it's given us, I believe, 2 weekends of great chalk basketball. 8 teams playing tonight. 5 of them have won natties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think these games, Thursday and Friday games, are going to be. The Saturday, Sunday games are going to be wars.
Okay, but think about that. 5 tonight have won natties.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah,
and you can go way back. You don't have to go way back. Stevie Blake in Maryland, they were able to get the job done.
That was pretty far back.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? I'll go even better.
Arizona beat all the number 1 seeds when they won.
Here's another one. Texas Tech been in the Final Four recently. Alabama been in the Final Four last year. You're talking about teams that have. Yeah, these are like teams that are playing at a very high level program-wise.
Maryland, Florida, Arizona, Duke, Arky, all have won natties. So 5 of 8 tonight. That's pretty good. And if you think about it, 5 of them have won national championships in the last 3.5 decades. And so that's basically 1/3 of what you've seen in your college basketball going back to the mid-90s.
Right.
That's pretty good.
I have a quick addendum to my takeaway, okay?
Uh-huh.
JJ sent me a picture from Amazon Prime.
From our texter, thank you.
Mm-hmm. From the texter, okay. There's something called non-stick chip fingers.
Yes.
Tips.
Ooh.
You put them on the tips of your fingers. Look, Leon.
I sent them to all your phones.
And you can't.
So the Cheeto dust doesn't get on your
dust
fingers.
I love the
barbecue chip dust doesn't get on your fingers.
The texter goes, available for Cheetos eating. That is just awesome.
4 out of 5 stars on Prime.
That sounds like something that would have been created during COVID times.
Yes, exactly. Because we just went through our germaphobe relive session a minute ago where people were just in such freak mode over anything that could possibly turn into germs and kill them. But that's an excellent point. So forget about the pandemic concerns, just the orange finger concerns.
Yeah.
The other one,
dust.
Isn't that so weird? Like, I didn't care about the pandemic, but this stuff bothers me. The orange dust bothers me.
It's so funny. And I thought maybe someone might have been listening to the show. JJ, you can appreciate this. On the X timeline, you open up X, you just start spinning through it, and every once in a while you have these promoted posts that are there. And so we did Here Come the Judge on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I happened to have a Costanza moment where I got the zipper stuck.
They tried to sell you a new robe.
It was driving me crazy. Take a look at what landed in my X timeline. Matt and Leon are looking at it. It's this actual.
There's no way.
It's a zipper unclogger.
Dude, did you look for it? Creepy, man.
Yeah, it is kind of scary.
Did you search for it?
No.
You swear you didn't search for it?
No.
Who searches for that?
I took the robe home to TLD. I wore it. And I said, try and unzip this zipper.
Okay, you're freaking me out right now. Seriously.
That
was
creepy,
in my timeline.
man. What a very specific thing.
That's crazy.
You guys didn't team up before I got here and said we're going to do this and freak him out, right?
I'm telling you, JJ.
Because that would be something you guys would do.
No, it would.
Can you see it? Look at it. You can even see it from there that they're just
It's a good product.
So wait, so are you trying to tell me like if you talk, your phone's gonna like put stuff in your browser? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I don't know.
And apps you look at?
They've been doing it for like 10 years.
I didn't search for any answer or anything.
More than 10.
You think you roam alone? No, bro. You don't roam alone.
They're always watching and listening.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are starting to freak me out.
I'll just tell you.
Oh, it's
freak me
real.
out.
It definitely is real. All right, Leon. Unveil the matchup, mythical matchup from
mythical
the 80s and 90s tomorrow.
All right, so we got the 1996 Florida Gators going on to the tournament. They get the number 1 seed LSU Tigers 2019.
Oh, I didn't know that was your one. That's your 1 seed? Overall seed. 1 seed or just one of the 1 seeds?
These are the 1 seeds, yeah. So Florida goes, because Nebraska went to number 1 seed Alabama 2012, and Florida goes to number 1 seed LSU 2019.
High scoring affair.
If I may.
Mm-hmm.
If I may.
That is not going to be easy.
Who is your number 1 overall seed? Overall. Not just the 4 seeds, the number 1 overall seed.
2001 Canes. What do you mean? But they all 1 seeds, though. My 1 seeds are, and I will state them again, Miami 2001, Georgia 2021, Alabama 2012, LSU 2019. Those are the overall number one seeds. There it is.
That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. But it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
The fun and gun against Joe Burrow.
Listen, to win this thing, you're going to have to beat some great teams.
It's the
Oh,
truth.
yes.
It is the truth. Like, I'm wondering what Spurdog would even have to say about that. I don't know.
Well, they gave us a tough one.
You're going to have to coach him up. We'll see. All right. Off the
That's
text.
not the question. The question is, what would Ed Orgeron say about that?
Oh, my God.
What would he say about Danny
Because you know
Werfel?
that he has a simple trick.
And I'm glad you didn't have that Ralph Salafusa would never got past number one.
That's what he would say. That's what he would say.
Just
Go
the
Tigers.
best.
That's
All right,
my
real
guy.
quick, as we wrap this up, and it was we were laughing earlier about some of the stuff that we put in the fridge because Prost decided to just rein in on Leon's Cheez-Its as he had a half dozen bags in the fridge, and finally Prost caved. He couldn't stand it anymore, and then we threw out the idea that TLD puts nuts, pistachios, walnuts, almonds, all of them in the refrigerator or freezer. This one texter, keep my nuts, bourbon, and weed in the freezer.
Wow, weed in the freezer.
I
bourbon.
said that fridge has got to be full.
And it sounds like a place to be tonight.
See, I don't do bourbon. Bourbon? No, not bourbon.
Well, you can
like
put
vodka in the freezer.
You can put
bourbon.
vodka.
Oh, yeah, I do.
and a lot of them,
but not bourbon.
I don't know. I think that
it would freeze.
That contains. Just put that in the fridge, but you can
I
put
wouldn't even put it in the
vodka.
fridge.
I think you can put gin in. I think.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's ones that
tequila in the fridge is good.
Yeah,
But bourbon, I think, would break down with the
with the sugar and all that stuff, and the rum and everything like that. But he did. Maybe he was just talking about the fridge as opposed to the freezer. But
You burn the weed, which I don't really get anyways. So, like, why has it got to be cold if you're just going to burn it?
Try it.
Put a good old
Feel
Snickers
silly.
bar
It feels silly.
in the freezer for a bit.
Yeah, that's
yes,
a classic.
sir. All right, Georgia 2022 is better than 2021.
That's not true.
No, I got to think about that one.
Not true. That Georgia defense 21.
Yeah, 21 was special.
Because they had all those hosses.
And that's the reason why I was thinking. That's why I picked Georgia 2020.
all those dogs.
I
on that 21
will
roster.
never forget N'Kobe Dean running across the field to get Roman Wilson on that little jet sweep. Remember that? He ran literally across the field for a tackle for loss. Yeah, no, that 21D was.
Well,
come on, Matt. You're just now realizing phones track you.
I am. I know they track you when you're on your browsers and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could literally just talk and they track whatever you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now this I didn't realize. I should be smarter here. But I did know that vodka and tequila go in the freezer. But now a texter saying Fireball in the freezer, which
I've seen that.
I didn't realize that.
Also, we got a lot of weed heads.
Yeah, there are.
Texting in saying, it's easier. It crumbles easier for rolling.
Tell you
after
what,
take it out of the freezer.
I like saying the text line is.
I am.
The text line is smart and full of it all at the same time. They drop knowledge on us. It's the stuff that I just didn't realize. All right, what else you got, Matt?
No. This is for tomorrow, and we got a special guest coming in tomorrow. That's going to be a part of this. The Mexico, Coach Campo. Coach Campo's 1987 Hurricanes versus 1993 Florida State.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good
another rivalry.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So,
all right, so that's our matchup tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. So Coach Campo will be in. It'll be very interesting to see what he says about it.
He's already writing down stuff. I guarantee.
Taking notes.
Yes.
And by the way, the Mangler dropped by, Greg Huntington.
Yeah.
One of the original 10 for your Jacksonville Jaguars and a proud Penn State Nittany Lion.
He was not happy that 94 Nets were not in it.
And we asked him, he was not happy with the seating and so on, but we did ask him 90. Who did he take between 96 Florida and
No, he took 91 Hurricanes. Yeah, because
it's only because they beat Penn State that year.
Yeah, we did. It was a close game though.
Yeah,
26-20 in Orange Bowl.
Well, he really actually said, "I don't give a blank."
He did.
about
He said, "All I
anything
care about is
except
Penn
Penn State."
Yeah, that's true.
And I love that.
I love it too.
Yeah, because if you're not in it, you don't care who wins it.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. But we have that tomorrow. 87 Miami.
87 Miami.
93 FSU.
93 FSU.
You know who might have an opinion on that?
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Now, we have basically said that the big man here is the judge, jury, and Searcy sentencer when it comes to the mythical Sweet 16 that he's put together. But, Carline, you probably could be on the committee. You probably could have something to say about something.
I'm happy to give you my opinion, but ultimately it's Leon's call.
He called 96 Florida over 91 Miami.
I mean, look, how could you go wrong with either? I mean, that would obviously be fantastic matchups across the board. I mean, you've got Danny throwing it to Ike and Riddell. I mean, that amazing, Miami team overall, but just all the problems they'd present. But yeah, I was surprised. I was listening, and I was surprised the Gators. To me, they were a 4-point dog in that game.
Yeah.
And but they Danny and was able to get it done.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Danny wonderful. That's why.
Yeah. Unbelievable. All right. What's coming up this afternoon?
We're going to have a really fun Frangie show. Obviously, we'll peek ahead to tonight's Florida-Maryland game and break that down and offer our predictions. We'll have Brett Hastings joining us at 4:20 to do Sports and Courts. And at 4:40, Lee Smith, our good buddy, everybody's good buddy here, will join us to break down golf. Scheffler and Rory in the field this week out in Houston. So that's a lot of fun. Kind of the final Masters tune-up for those guys, I would assume. They're not going to play next week.
Yeah.
So, getting close to the Masters. So that'll be a lot of fun. And we're hoping to have Chris Harry as well from San Francisco, who obviously works for Florida and does such a great job with all that he's done. He's had so many magnificent stories during this run. So we're hoping to connect with Chris in the 5 o'clock hour.
Well, easy or a little bit of a lift for Florida tonight?
I think easy. I think, what's the line? 6.5?
6.5.
I'll say Florida wins by 11.
Okay.
Wow.
Double digits, says Carl.
Yeah.
Woo!
So we'll
Run
see.
into the window right now.
Yeah.
All right, Hayes. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Now, listen, there's a little bit of a conspiracy here because High Tide on the South Side, he pays attention. He takes notes. He knows
about weed and seed in the freezer.
Speaking of weed, yeah, he probably refrigerates his, but he's a loyal listener, and he will chart certain things. And he says, I buy that Matt hasn't eaten Pop-Tarts in 30 years because of his creepy eating habits.
Longer than that.
But I suspect that he may never have had them at all. You expect us to believe that you were too poor to have a bike, but your folks had Pop-Tart money?
No. I had them in college. I didn't have them when I was growing up.
All right.
No, we were way too poor when I was growing up.
All right. So no Pop-Tarts when you were growing up?
No. Pop-Tarts. Are you kidding me?
All right, but
you know what my Pop-Tart was?
Oh, here we go.
Stale bread with old jelly on it.
I knew it was going to be a stale cracker.
No, it wasn't even crackers. The crackers, no.
I thought a stale cracker that you got through the drive-thru, but then, you can't go through the drive-thru.
No.
Yeah, none of that was happening.
Drive-through? Are you kidding me?
All right, we're out of here. Leon, 93 FSU, 87 Miami tomorrow.
Yes, Coach Campbell will be in. Coach Campbell was the secondary's coach back then.
All right, y'all study up. Let us know who wins that one. Gators move on today. Huskers yesterday. The mythical national championship that we are setting up is going to be a bunch of fun heading into tomorrow's show. We are done. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Searcy, and JJ.